Okay, welcome to episode 13 of the Sean McGuinness podcast. Today we have a very, very special guest, and not special in that sense of the word. He is a bit, but Diren Kartal, Coach Kartal, one of my best mates when he was over in Australia. Now I'll get him to give you a little intro. Now, today's podcast, we're going to talk about how to pick up girls in their Beresford. Oh, sorry, that's the other one. We're going to talk about fat loss and coaching and all the good stuff. So, Coach Kartal, give us a little introduction, short and sweet, on your little interest into the fitness industry.
First of all, you said we were best friends when I was in Australia. Does that mean we're not close friends now?
No, we're not in Australia now, are we?
No, not only in Australia waters. Yeah. Okay, so for you guys that don't know me, my name is Diren Kartal. I'm known for Mr. Neat Up 24/7, someone that talks a lot, someone that loves what they do. I'm full of energy, and if you don't know me, you will know me soon enough. There you go.
Yes. Now, I have a bone to pick with Darren because he's talking about this neat up and stuff, but I think he came up with this neat up stuff when he was having a quarter life crisis, and me and him were doing Bondi de Coogee. And that's where it eventually came about. Can you tell us a bit about that, please?
But you know what? Yeah. So basically, I was legit going through a quarter life crisis. It was a really hard time in my life. And Sean was one of my very good friends at the time, was pretty much spending every day with me. We lived very close together. We worked in the same gym. We used to see each other daily. And that's what it's like when you're a personal trainer and you work with so many of the guys in the gym. You're always spending time together. And when I went through this quarter life crisis, my best way for my mental health to feel better was to be outside and walking and either listening to music or at the time crying my fucking eyes out or talking to a good friend of mine like Sean was. And to be honest, because it helped me with my mental health, and it also made Sean do more steps ever than he's ever done in his life. Am I right?
I was trying to bulk up. I'm trying to do less steps. You've the opposite of them.
I know. But you know what? Wait, how lean did I get at that point? I was doing like 25,000, 30,000 steps a day, which is fucking crazy.
It's not the worst place to do steps, Surrey Hills and Bondi de Coogee. Okay. Now,
mate, it's the best.
It's unbelievable. All right. So what I want to do is just get a little bit of, because obviously you have a real good philosophy, which probably a lot of people don't know about when it comes to coaching. You can only kind of get a little bit of insight, obviously, outside of people that pay you for your coaching. But give us a little bit of the philosophy for you coaching clients. Obviously, you talk to the client instead of making it too complicated. Give us a little insight how you normally deal with clients.
So basically, me as a coach, I like to simplify things as much as possible. Number one, because if you ask me, I'm that person that knows what they're doing. But if you told me to be really articulate about certain things, I won't be so great at it. But I'm very good at applying it because I've had it coached to myself for years and years on. I've played sport and trained all my life. I've had a gym membership since I was like 16 years old. I used to get EMA at college. So in England, for you guys in Australia that are listening, I used to get support from the government because like my parents were poor and that. They were refugees. So I was getting £30 a week to go to college. And I was spending all of that money on a Virgin Active gym membership that was £95 a month at the time. So I've always loved training and loved learning about the human body, on movement, how to get better, how to get quicker, and how to get faster. And I wasn't the most athletic person. I was never the leanest person, which is one of the reasons why I think I'm a good coach, because I understand what it's like to be on the other side, you know? And so when it comes to my coaching, I really like to talk to people and individualize it to people with the way I talk to them. Not so much individualize the programming, but more so individualize the way I talk to them, which is, I think, a big mistake. Well, you know this. You've worked in gyms years, like, so what looks smart, instead of giving the answer to their client in a simple manner that they'll understand,
Yeah.
instead of trying to sell themselves more by
Yeah.
using big ass words.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so interesting. Everyone always talks about yeah, that's so interesting. Everyone always talks about individualized nutrition, individualized training. But what you're talking about is actually individualizing how you communicate with your client, which is overlooked.
Bro, and this is why when you and me went to the Beresford, I always took someone home.
The Beresford, the Gay Street in Sydney, if you don't know.
No. to be fair, it
that
is a
probably
gay
worked
street,
for you.
the
That's
fittest
worked for
birds
you.
always there.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, but you know what? Yeah, and this is the thing. Like, you got to think of it like this. Imagine having a really complex message, right? But not having the ability to communicate that with someone. And I think you have to gain respect from people on the gym floor, from personal trainers, for them to listen to you, gain respect, get the message across in a way the person that will understand. And I think that is the best way to get results, not only with your clients, with friends, with building connections. And yeah, and that is all I really did at George Street, right? I mean, you saw me work the gym floor, you saw me how I was with all the personal trainers. And yeah, that's how I like to coach anyway.
Yeah, you actually talk to the client. I think a lot of people, probably on social media as well, when they post, they're just trying to impress other trainers. And John Connor, he has a good saying. A lot of clients, they want to know what time it is. They like, in a basic way, and then the trainers tell them fucking how a watch works. They don't want to know that. Just tell them how the applicable way to apply that to their life.
That's, you know what? That's, I've never, wait, that is a
copyright that.
That is weird. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, one day I want to buy a Rolex, man.
Yeah.
I don't care how it's made.
Yeah. Yeah, so true.
I don't care how it's made. I just want to wear it.
Yeah.
If some personal trainers, go on.
No, I was saying where some clients may need a fucking kick up the arse, another one may need a pat on the back, and you're individualizing that way, which you're very good at.
Exactly. And I think this is why so many people, I actually think a lot of successful people I've spoken to, like from my client Scott, that you also train, to everyone else that I've trained, all the successful CEOs and millionaires. And one thing I've noticed with all these people is their people skills are so on point. Because let's be honest, who wants to work with someone, or who wants to be around someone that's a prick?
Yeah.
If you're not nice, and if you're a prick, and you just got something unlikable about you, I mean, I don't want to be around you, do I? I'm just going to do my best to keep away from you. But people like that rather help people that are nice and like to be around, help them, upskill them, and teach them what they know, instead of showing someone that they believe is a prick.
Yeah. People
you know
buy into you because they like you. Yeah. That's the starting point. No one cares how much you know if you don't care about them. And that was your approach, even from prospecting.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I would go up to them and just talk to them about their trainers, how their day is, instead of talking to them how shit their form was, because I just think that's a bad angle to play.
Yeah, you played their strength. It was funny enough, because we used to work with some smart boys, and they'd see Diren and go, fuck. Like, because obviously it's a blessing and a curse a lot of the time being smart. Is you're probably introverted, you think too much about things. And they're going, geez, I wish I was like Diren, who good. They just can't do that. It's a different skill, but everyone's a bit different.
Yeah, but you know what? I always say to those people as well, like I respect those people a lot, because if it wasn't for those sort of people, I wouldn't be the coach that I am, because I've learned so much from all the S&C coaches that we used to work with, all the physios, everyone. If they weren't the way they are, I wouldn't know all of that, because my way of learning is by talking to them.
Yeah, and they're talking to a different market in regards to clients as well.
And if they didn't do the hard work,
I think a lot of say the message you boys put out, it's like you're trying to give a general message that is going to help a lot of people. Say that's 70%, but then obviously there's going to be outliers who, okay, those smart coaches, they need to get a little bit more. That client is a bit more advanced. You need a bit more individualized coaching. So there's enough to go around for everyone. It's just trying to see who you're talking to.
Mate, it's crazy. Like, when you think, bro, millions of people in the world, right? And you've seen it. How many times have you gone to a gym and someone has no idea how to move, how to contract their muscles, making sure they don't get valgus knee, making sure they retract their shoulders. And there's so many people to help. There is more than enough for everybody. And you know what? One industry that will never die is fitness.
Yeah.
Everyone always wants to look good. So it's like one industry that will never, ever go away. So instead of like any personal trainers listening to this, instead of worrying about what the hell I'm doing, what the hell anyone else is doing, just concentrate on what you're doing. And 100%, because we've all been there, innit, Sean? Like we've wondered in the gym, you know, when prospecting, going, fuck, you know, how many sessions is Nick doing, man? How many sessions is Nick doing? Nick is an old personal trainer in our old gym. He's a legend. But fuck, you know, he's doing back-to-backs, mate. Like, instead of worrying about that, we just got to worry about what we're doing. And I think that's the way, like, to go forward.
That's a good point. And especially with Instagram, obviously, whether it's you're trying to lose fat and you might be at the start of a journey, then you're looking at some fucker that's stepping on stage. They're at a different point and you're comparing yourself to them. And obviously, you become very successful through hard work. But then a trainer, say, starting up on their own, may say, oh, geez, I really want to be like Diren. But you're not at that stage yet. We always laugh. Me and Diren used to be making the videos original downstairs in the studio. His videos used to look like a fucking Al Qaeda video. Him in the background in a big, but you just put it out and get a bit better, and you just focus on making yourself. So, what do you say to those people that like to stop comparing to others, whether it's fat loss, whether it's being a PT, and just focus on you getting a little bit better?
Yeah, I would say, you know, I think a lot of personal trainers, the reason I think we're still personal trainers, because personal trainers there's a very high percentage, something like 80 to 90% drop off within their first year, like self-employed personal trainers. And I think the reason we've stuck at it so much, and the people that are doing well with personal training, is people that are not scared to graft and not worried about the grind. If you don't go through those days where you absolutely hate today, you've got so much to do, you've got so many sessions, there's so much happening, I don't have time to do this and do that, you're doing things that you don't like. You need to go through that grind to understand how to get out of, number one, get out of things you don't like, and number two, how to improve. Because I mean, even when James in the gym came in and JSA popped, there was a time at that point when it happened, I was like, I need to do something like that. But then I was like, hold on a second. James has been doing emails and doing socials for like 3 years. I mean, of course, I'm going to be behind him in certain ways. I mean, he's been grafting a lot longer. So, do you know what I mean? There's no point me sitting there and comparing myself to James. Instead, I looked at James, I learned things off him, and he learned things off me. And we all end up winning. Same as you, bro. Same as you and me. Like,
what you're saying is you're not comparing, oh, I wish I was like him. You're going, what habits did that person put in place, whether it's James or whether it's someone trying to lose fat? Copy the fucking habits. Don't worry about them where they are in the moment.
Bro, 100%. Everyday hustle, daily posts, daily emails.
It's funny because obviously people see you now, and we always laugh because he was the same in the gym, walking around with 500 people following him, doing stories, and everyone's like, what's this fella doing? And then they probably look at you now and go, oh, well, for him, he has all these followers. But you've been doing that for how many years?
Bro, I mean, even, do you remember what you had my Snapchat as well, innit?
Yeah, Curly used to copy on Snapchat. He used to do the same stuff.
And even then, like, Curly was copying what I was doing, but I only had like 20 bloody followers on Snapchat. No one on Snapchat. And I was just doing what I was doing. I think a lot of people fear to do that simply because we to an element, to a state that we all kind of care what other people think of us, you know? And I think when you remove that, when you have the confidence to remove that, the fear factor of what other people think, then you can grow from that. Like even me, you know, when I wear budgie smugglers, right? When I put it on, like you saw, we were in Bangkok for James's stag do, right?
Yeah.
We're putting on budgie smugglers in a 5-star fucking hotel where there's like bougie guys everywhere. There's an element of like, that little bit of insecurity,
Yeah.
like, I don't think I should be wearing this here. I'm a little bit uncomfortable,
Yeah.
but I'm going to push myself to be in that uncomfortable zone and get comfortable, like
Okay.
being uncomfortable,
Especially
you
when
know?
you have mates like us that you go on, once I post this, I know I'm going to get a lot of stick for this.
Yeah, exactly.
This
Exactly.
time, you can't, these don't accept you getting on stage posing. Like, it's bad enough wearing budgie smugglers. That's pushing it.
Mate, exactly. And you know, like every time, like even when you first started doing socials, even
Yeah.
when I started first doing the videos when I was at Jewel Street, the first people that give you shit are
Yeah.
your
Yeah. Yeah.
mates around you. Like
Always.
all the boys, you're coming into the gym, Curly going, oh, yeah, mate, yeah, a video, are we? Yeah, no worries. You're like, shut up, mate, just crack on. Yeah.
Oh, that's so true. And obviously, you're a big proponent as well. We're talking about you're not going to be motivated every day, and you just need to focus on habits and then just carrying those habits out whether you feel like it or not, and just doing that enough times until you get to your goal. And even when it comes to you, I remember when you first started with the JSA and you used to get the 4 a.m. bus, and you used to do lives at about 5 a.m. because you used to
Yeah.
live so far away from the city. You're the only person in the cafe with a few homeless people just looking at you going, what's this bloke doing? But you did
Yeah.
that every day. You're getting up in the dark and you're going home in the dark, and you're doing that nonstop. Like, you don't feel motivated to get out of bed at that time, but you're just doing it.
Bro, and this is that exact grind I was talking about where people like, oh, they stay in bed. But to achieve some level of success or whatever, you need to be able to push through those times. Because like you did a post, I think about 6-7 months ago, talking about you can't, you're not always motivated to train, but sometimes you have to do it, right? And that's something I always tell my clients, and it's true, bro. It's like if you don't go to work, you don't get paid. So you should think of certain things like that. If you want to be successful in whatever it is you want to do, your PT or whatever, you just need to push through moments where you don't necessarily enjoy it, but 100% any sort of graft that you do, anything that you do, even when you think people don't see it, people see it, bro.
Mm-hmm.
People see it. Just like what you just mentioned, people that are listening to this maybe won't know that bit of me because I don't really talk about it, but you know that I used to get up at, I
What
had an
time you used to
alarm
get
set
up at?
I had my alarm at
Oh, my days.
3:47, and I used to get the 4. But I remember it like yesterday. I used to get the 4:13 bus from the Hills area, the M61, all the way down to the CBD. And my coffee guy, the Greek guy,
Yeah, yeah,
legend,
he's still there.
yeah, he's still there. And I used to get my first coffee. I used to do the JSA programs for 45 minutes, do a live Q&A for 45 minutes, and then straight into my 6 a.m. start in the
Crazy.
gym. Yeah, it's mad. But you know what? That graft
Yeah.
helps me learn so much, bro.
So obviously, when it comes to fat loss, it's the same thing. You have your ultimate mission where you want to go, and then you go, I just need to repeat this day in, whether I feel like I'm not, and just keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. And then, as you said, that will stand you instead when you face hard times in the future, because you've been for that already. Even like you said, we always talk about your dad coming over. Like, I'm sure raising you, your family, working a bottle shop, he doesn't check in with himself. Am I feel motivated to get up today? You don't have a choice. Yeah, your family have to get fed.
Bro.
Get in that bottle shop. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't work, we don't eat.
Yeah.
It's that simple. And I've kind of like my mum, my dad, they're very disciplined. And usually people that are poor are usually quite disciplined. They appreciate the simple things, right? They don't complain about fucking their lattes, like, in Sydney when you go, oh God, the coffee shop was closing, the latte wasn't fucking perfect. The flat white wasn't flat. And you're like, mate, just be happy with
Running water.
Exactly, exactly. And it's usually people that, because let's be honest, I've come from a shitty area in London, but I wouldn't say I've suffered in a way like the struggles that my parents went through in Turkey, but through their struggle and through what I see through them and through what I've seen through others, I've applied that to myself, to my personality. And I think that's what helps me grasp, because, even with social media, podcasts, emails, online clients, people don't see what you do in the back end.
Yeah, even when James joined the gym, he was doing these live videos, and we were sitting there, what's this fella doing live videos? And
Yeah,
like, but that was a few years ago, and that's every day, and people go, oh, he has so many followers. But that's just habitual day in, day out, whether you feel like I'm not, you just do it.
mate, 100%. And eventually it forms a habit. How
That's the
how
whole
long does
thing.
it take to form a habit?
Yeah, average
You
is
tell me, you
66
know.
days.
Yeah, to form a habit,
Yeah.
right? There you go. Exactly. My man with the stats.
Now, obviously, people always see you traveling and this and that. They probably don't see the full picture of like how good you eat and train. They'll see the little bit that you're going out, you're partying, which is cool. Tell us
Yeah.
about how you like to approach it with your clients in regards the right level of flexibility, but also just enough structure, or even to yourself, to get
Yeah.
results.
Okay, so to get results, I think most importantly is the skill or the aspect that most people lack in is consistency. It's forming that habit of training,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And I think to create consistency, we need to be either training with someone that we like or training a way that we enjoy. You know, like Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I
Yeah.
love my Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I train it every day. I will be again. And if I was to carry on with that and until I was a black belt, then I'm pretty sure I'm going to stay in good shape for the rest of my life. And I think a way to create consistency is putting yourself in the right environment is also very important. So when I talk to my clients and even for myself, I like to put myself in an environment where I enjoy training. This is why I go to Bali so much. I ensure that majority of my week is looking after my body. So even if that small percentage where I'm going out boozing or anything, it doesn't initially affect the positive and the progress that I've made that week.
Yeah.
Because again, all my stories and stuff, me and James are traveling, whatever. When I'm traveling, we're drinking, we're doing this, we're doing that. And the thing is, you don't people don't see, people only show people what I want to show them. So
You
you
don't
might
show
see me
them when I
having,
buy you a shot in the Beresford and you tip it over your shoulder.
oh, I can't do that, man. I just can't. I don't like shots, bro.
I'm the
I
same.
do. You know what shot I do like? In Dublin, mate, I had those little baby
Baby
Guinnesses.
Guinness. Yeah.
Oh, they're so good.
Unbelievable.
They're so good. But yeah, so I just show people what I want to show them. They think, oh, dude, you drink so much. They'll say, capture, oh, your eyes are gone, talking like I've done drugs. I'm like, bro, I haven't
No.
done drugs.
Yeah, it's
I was
the
like,
last
no,
person.
I haven't done drugs, mate. So people assume things, but majority of the time,
Yeah.
you're looking after your body. And a
Yeah.
small percentage of it is having fun.
They're seeing what that 5-10%, but 90% you're on it with your food, you're getting enough protein, you're training, you're moving. And even if you do go out, you go, all right, you know what? Probably had a few many calories last night. I'm gonna skip breakfast. And that's enough consistency rather than saying, oh fuck it. And then you've just the whole week's gone.
Yeah, exactly. And this is the problem. You know, when people you get people they'll set such crazy barriers with their diets, with their training. As soon as they make a like slight mistake, it all goes downhill because they fucking throw it in the bin. They're like, fuck this, I'm done, I'm not doing this. This is why I think when it comes to doing like keto diets, this diet, creating any sort of barriers, it forms this ideology where you actually stress yourself too much. Whereas last night, I'll give you an example. I had yesterday for food, I had breakfast, I had a shake for breakfast, I had oats in the shake. I couldn't be bothered, so I
Yeah.
just wanted to
Yeah.
deplete my calories. For lunch, I made myself some steak and some rice. For dinner, I had a salmon and salad. I made all that. But I was like, you know what? I've not had enough carbs. I'm still feeling hungry. And I was craving some crisps and some
Mm-hmm.
chocolate. I went and got myself a pack of prawn cocktail crisps and a Bounty chocolate. Now, if I added all of that up, that's maybe just under 500 calories.
Yeah. Brilliant.
I still haven't gone over my calories. I'm still progressing. And I don't even feel guilty about it. Whereas if you create those barriers where you feel guilty about it, this is a downward spiral that you don't want to get yourself into. I
Yeah.
woke up today, applied the same things that I applied yesterday. And tonight, you know what? I might order some fucking Wagamama. But tomorrow I'll wake up and I hit 10,000 steps before 9 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's the
Just
same
those.
approach. You're going for that kind of 80-20 rule, 80% whole foods that is going to fill you up. And then you're going to apply some foods that you're going to enjoy. And that's going to allow you to be consistent for a long period of time.
Exactly. And I'm glad you said the whole foods thing, because, you know, obviously it is calories in, calories out, right? We all know that with fat loss, but it's obviously important that we need to ensure that we have loads of foods that with high nutritional values,
Yeah.
you know. And for the people that do think it's just calories in, calories out, it's important that you eat good food. And I get this question all the time, like, oh, Diren, what's the best way for me to have good food? And you know what? Simply, just eat food that's colorful.
Yeah.
You know, if you fill your plate with different colors, it's good food. It's going to be loads of veg, loads of fruit, whatever, instead of having something, say, fast food, where it's obviously not going to keep you as full and as satisfied as something with higher nutritional values. And I think that's a common mistake now people are doing, because they are concentrating on calorie
Yeah.
deficit, but then they end up binging. They're like,
Yeah.
why am I eating so much? I'm in a deficit, but do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's just
That's an
again,
unbelievable point. And obviously, if you're in a deficit, after a while, your hunger is naturally going to go up. So if you're not filling those calories with foods that are going to keep you full and make you feel like you're eating, you won't be able to sustain it. Like that's the whole thing. That advice in the past: eat less, and people think, "Oh, I need to eat less." No, you need to eat less calories, but it doesn't mean the volume of food needs to be less.
exactly. And this is what, and you know, and it's funny because when the people that have time to be more creative with their food and are in a calorie deficit, and they're like, Darren, I'm eating so much more. I'm like,
Yeah,
the volume
yeah,
of your food is way more,
yeah,
but the calorie intake, the energy intake is actually less. And then, like, you know, when you get like a stripe with jiu-jitsu, you know, and you learn how to hip escape, you learn how this and you learn how to that. It's like something just ticks on their brain, goes bang. Oh,
mm,
okay. And then it just carries on with that effect.
yeah,
But just like anything, bro, I think with certain people, I feel like you need to go through those shitty diets to understand. Like,
yeah,
I've done it, bro.
yeah,
I've
yeah.
done low carb. I've done this. I've done some fasting. I've done this and that. And eventually I've learned, oh, none of that actually fucking matters. It's just
And
about energy versus
and
output.
that's the hard thing. Obviously, it's hard on social media, like we talked about last week, to give people information. Because you want to tell them, look, stop with your stupid diets. It comes down to calories in, calories out. But then it's so hard to do a 60-second video and explain you need to eat better food within the calories. That's the challenging bit, isn't it?
That's, I would say, 100%, because again, it comes down to how people may understand you. Like, someone might understand the way I say it, a certain audience will be like, I get it, but some might not.
Mm,
Then some might listen to you and be like, oh, Sean said it in a way that I would understand, maybe a little bit more in depth. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
So I think it just, that's why I think it's important. And you know, sometimes people are like, oh, I've seen that content before. Yeah, you've seen it. It's because people still don't fucking understand, and they need to learn, because getting results, it's mad, didn't it? When you think about like life in general, right? Getting results, losing body fat, putting on muscle, um, making money, being rich, being successful, it all comes down to like hard work and consistency of doing the same fucking thing.
yeah.
And people always want to change things. Like, oh, I want to change my program. I want to change this. I want to change
Oh
that.
my god,
Like,
yeah,
you're
it's the worst
like,
thing.
why? Tell me why. It's like you're lacking hard work and discipline, and you're scared to fucking admit it to yourself.
Yeah,
And your last personal trainer is too fucking worried that he's gonna get a pay cut, so he doesn't tell you that,
yeah,
and so he says things to keep you happy
yeah,
instead of giving you the fucking truth, which is you lack fucking discipline. You're lazy.
yeah.
You need to start being consistent. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
mad.
So that's cool because it comes back to your coaching style as well. Because obviously, like you said, you've been out of shape, which actually serves you well. Because even the people we worked with who are genetically blessed, they don't learn, they don't know about calories, they don't know why they're lean. They're just lean because they're lean. And that's it.
Yeah,
And obviously,
exactly,
you
exactly.
you you mix what people call like silent empathy, but you're still laying down the law. So you know it's tough for them, but you have to tell them straight with your clients.
But I think a big mistake that a lot of personal trainers make with that is they try laying the law hard
Hmm.
without even gaining that person's respect.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when I first started in the gym, right? Or when you first, I'll give you a prime example. When you first started in the gym,
Yeah.
you laid low, you kept
Yeah.
quiet,
Yeah.
you did your business, you didn't crack on with anyone's business, you didn't get involved in any of the fucking gossip,
Yeah.
any of the bullshit in the gym, until you earned your respect, you earned your stripes, and then people paid attention to what
Yeah.
you would say. Instead, some personal trainers are laying it out to their clients without even building a relationship to them. Because, I mean, like, going into the gym, like someone says something to you that you don't know, like, again, same thing as like correcting your form.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, who the fuck are you, bro? You haven't even come and said hello. You don't even know me. So why would I listen to you?
Mm-hmm.
And I think when you're laying the law, like when you're laying that law, it's important that I think the person, first of all, respects your opinion before you do that. It's just like social media, man. Haven't been posting for so long, and finally I'm getting customers that respect me because they've listened to me for so long. And finally, like, I have a product where they're like, yeah, I'm going to listen to Diren. I trust Diren, And I think it takes time to build trust in like any sort of relationship,
That's so funny. Talking about psychology, this chap doesn't even know psychology degrees, but still so smart with emotional intelligence. You thought building rapport, and then so if any PT is listening, that's how you want to approach it with your clients. You need to build a rapport, make them like it, and then show them a bit of tough love, and then they're going to respond well to that. And it's the same way coming into a gym setting. You're the same as me. I'll go in and I'll go, right, who's the big dogs in this gym? Because obviously a fitness gym is pretty alpha, like, so it's the same probably going to jail to a lesser extent. So I'll go, right, who's the big dog in here? And it was one of the boys, Franco, at the time. I go straight up to Franco.
Yeah.
Franco, heard you're the big dog in here. Nice to meet you. I'm Sean.
Yeah.
Can I get you a coffee or something like that? And you're in the lines, then you're all good. And it's the same way in life in general, isn't it?
Where's my fucking degree, bro? I deserve a degree for that speech, man.
Yeah.
But you know what, though? That is like a foundation that I've built in my head for listening to so many people, talking to so many people. And so many personal trainers, instead of thinking about the quick buck, they don't spend time with people. Like, how many times have we, like, you see, like, I'll be training someone, just helping someone, just talking to them while they're training, and Curly will come up to me and be like, "Oh, you sign her up?" I'm like, "No, not yet. I'm just talking to her, bro." He's like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna sign her up?" I'm like, "Bro, I've just met the person. Let me just chat to them for a bit, and then they'll probably will sign up to me without even me asking them."
That's what he's like in the Beresford as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be back to go over here. Hello.
planting seeds everywhere, bro.
And even it's funny what, like, for obviously the PTs listening, when it comes to social media, you'll find I think you were telling me it could be like 6 months, a year, 2 years for someone following you to finally build up enough trust. And it's funny, you'll see the people that sign up and they've probably DM'd you whatever 100 times before that, and all like little messages, you just giving them tips and just thought nothing of it.
Bro, there would have been, like, there's people that have listened to me when I was doing stuff for GSA, when GSA first popped off, because I was there. There's people that have been reading my emails, watching my videos, received my first program at GSA, that still respect me and keep watching my stuff for years and years and years and years. And they just wait for a right time for something that they believe that fits them. And this is why it's important to always, again, be consistent and just keep doing it, because people will eventually buy into, if they're still following you, if they're on your email list, they're pretty much saying, "Hey, Diren, I'm here. You can say what you want. I'm going to listen. I'm going to, like, they'll be like, you can sell to me, because they like it, innit? They like being sold to, I guess.
Forget about Jordan Peterson, 12 Rules for Life. Where is Diren Kartal's 12 Rules for Life? When's the book out? When's that book?
A book. Well, you know what? You know what? I'll tell you something, right? And even when it comes to like I've been invited to like events before, like say from IFS to going to Body Power. I haven't actually done my own talk yet. And I don't like doing a talk about something where I haven't fully been successful in yet. That I believe. I believe. Yeah. And although, like, I could probably do a PT seminar and talk about things that I know that will help PTs, but I want to turn around and be like, listen, I made 50 fucking grand this month. And this is how I did it. And until I do that, I'm not gonna, and that's why I don't want to do a book yet. I'm 28 years old. I'm going to give it a few more years. There's a lot of things I need to learn, you know. And people ask me, even on James's book tour, like you saw me opening the show, helping with Q&As and that stuff. And people ask me, there, Diren, when's your book out? I'm like, it's not my time yet. It's James's time. He's Uncle James now. He's 31 years old. You know, he's doing these things. I'll do a book when it's time for me, when I've maybe matured a little bit more. Because when I do it, I want to make sure it's done properly.
Nah, that's the best coaches. Are always like humble and that make sure they're not stepping outside the realm. I even remember you telling me and Paul Moore at the seminar you were at, and he's like, I have a reason to give you guys a seminar. Look at me fucking bank account.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. He fucking put his bank account up there, and I was like, respect, because you know now, like, you get
everyone's selling something. Everyone's selling. Yeah.
Everyone's selling. If you want a fucking 6-figure business, contact me here. Blah blah. I'm thinking, motherfucker, you're still on the bus. You're on the bus. You're on the bus, yeah? Not even getting your knee up 24/7. You're living at home with your mom and dad, and you're telling me that you're going to teach me how to become a business.
Part-time Uber on the side as well.
Bro, yeah, it's mad, isn't it? It's like, although it sounds a bit like, it might sound, I'm not saying you can always learn from people. Like, always learn from people. I'm open to that. But if someone's telling me they're a business coach, and if you're not making money, how are you? It's like going to a barber with a shit fucking haircut. You're not going to trust them, bro. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's one of those things. I'm just like, well,
yeah, you have to be wary for that now. Obviously, everyone has promised you, you've built an online business in this many weeks, and especially everyone's at home. So the PTs listen, don't buy into that stuff.
Nah, don't buy into it. 100%. Look at people in the industry.
Yeah.
The Paul Morts, the Phil Graham, the Jamie Alderton, all the people in the actual industry, not influencers, people in the fitness industry. Because there's a big difference between influencers and people in the industry. Influencers get paid to do posts. Mm-hmm. People in the industry make money from what they do, which is coaching.
Yeah, that's a cracker differentiation.
It's It's just different game.
And funny enough, we even go back to your philosophy on coaching. A lot of the stuff you talk about, even when it comes to habits, and that fact that if you start to introduce too many habits in, I think more than 2 or 3 habits, you increase your rate of failure by like 75%. And I'll hear you with clients go, do you know what? Don't worry about anything else this week. I just want you to focus on getting your knee up, getting your steps.
Yeah, because I feel like, this as well. Like, when you're trying to do too many things at the same time, you become very fucking average at all of them.
You get the people that get the little book out, their notebook. I'm going to lose weight, and they write about 10 goals down. I'm going to drink more water. I'm going to get more sleep. I'm going to get my steps up. You can't do that. Please stop that.
You can't. You just got to be something simple. That's like, when beginners, right, and they go into fitness, right, and then they're like, I'm going to join a CrossFit gym. I'm like, fucking hell. Yeah. I'm like, you can barely fucking walk. You're telling me, what are you going to do? Go in and do a fucking... You're going to do a WOD with like 10 snatches, please. Like, obviously, there's good CrossFit gyms where people would lay them out in a certain way to be coached differently, but walk before you can run. Yeah. If you want to lose weight, concentrate on your energy intake and output. Concentrate on your steps. And then when you're in the gym, do a 3-day split using machines. Because, how many, like with your clients, you would have got so many good results without even taking your clients into the free weights area. Yeah. Like, just by using pin-loaded machines, you can get them to have great results.
100%. And even you'll probably get the same when online clients sign up and you go, look, we're going to start off on the minimum dosage because I don't want you being too sore, because we've all made that mistake before and we've probably killed our clients and they can't walk the next day. That means they can't move and burn calories. So we're going to start you 3 days a week, and they message back, no, I want to train hard 6 days a week. I want to do it all starting off. And you're saying, look, you don't need to spend all your time in the gym. The minimum dosage, say 2 or 3 weight sessions, and then use your knee up to burn more calories that way.
Bro, 100%. And I get it all the time, bro. I'll send them a 3-day split. They're like, Diren, I'm at home. I can train 6 days a week. Fuck off. You've done 6 days a week, 1 week out of 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And you've got too sore, you've got bored, And you know what? The biggest issue with that sort of stuff, Sean, is like, You know when you set goals too high, when you don't reach them,
Mm-hmm.
the element of guilt, failure, it affects us, like,
Yeah.
right? So that's why I tell all my clients, I'm like, listen, if I do a 3-day split, if I give you a 3-day split, when you hit the 3-day split, which is going to be easy for you to do for the week, number one, you're going to be happy because you've done everything you need to do. Number two, if you feel like you want to do an extra session, it's going to feel like a fucking bonus. Number one, you're not going to upset me. You're not going to let me down. Number two, you're going to feel even better that you added an extra day. But if I was to give you a 5-day split and you did 4 days, the element of guilt, letting me down, letting yourself down is a downward spiral to a whole nother level of fuckery.
It's unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, it's chess, not checkers. With the good coaches, they think a few steps ahead of you. That's the whole thing. They're trying to set you up for success instead of failure, like you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Mad.
so
It's
good.
mad. It's like, I've always like, I think you got to coach for a while to like kind of understand those things.
Yeah.
You know, and like we've done it before, bro. You know, when you go into the gym, I'm gonna get whamped 6 days a week.
Yeah.
Fuck, you know, by Sunday you're so sore. Monday you're so sore you can't do another session.
Yeah.
You're like, no, I need to tone it down. But
We did the same. We had Curly and Charles and George. We did a big session on 3 days ago, hyping each other up, deadlift. I can't move for the last few days, so I haven't trained. But guess what? I haven't been doing training, so making progress. So if I only train 1 day this week, that's pointless. I could have done 5 days when you get to that point at lower intensity.
bro, and you know what's mad, right? With that sort of stuff, people forget. Okay, for example, if I was to do 6 days a week for 1 week, say if it lasts 2-3 weeks, right? But if I done a 3-day split and I did it for 6 fucking months, the frequency of me training out of a year or 6 months is 10 times as more as then instead of doing 6 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same with fucking calories. Like people do that with calories. They go so low in their deficit. They're like, oh, I'm going to go 40% deficit. I'm like, yeah, but then you're in a deficit for a week.
Yeah.
Why don't you go 15%, 20% and do 6 to 8 weeks? And your overall percentage is going to be way lower instead of you fluctuating so much.
Yeah, that's
you know?
so good.
And it's actually so basic, but again, it's like the basic things people struggle because just like anything, bro, we want results fast. We want a lot of money quickly. We want the best of the best. And as soon as we see it, we go for it. Do you know what I mean?
And that's what I was saying. I forget who I was talking about, where obviously people sign up when you are doing face-to-face and they're paying you a relatively lot of money per week. And then they want to be crawling down the stairs after the first session. They're like, nah, that's why I paid you money. Why am I still fresh? I want to read. Like, you're trying to explain that to them.
You're trying to explain. And then you get the PTs, the shit ones, let's be honest. They're like, oh, I'm going to do a wow session today.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Let's do a finisher, 100 burpees. I'm like, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
It's like, it's so dumb when you think about it, you know? I say that, but to be fair, I've done that before.
Yeah, we have to make mistakes.
Like, I was that guy. I'm like, hey, I've got, because you know, like Fitness First in London, people that used to sign up, some people used to get like 3-day free personal training, PT, one-to-one PT, right, when they sign up. So on the 3rd session, I used to bring all my tricks. All out the locker, and every time they'll be like, "Ooh, what's this? I've never done this before." I'm like, "That's right, you haven't done that before. And I've got a lot more for you if you sign up."
Oh, you're a beginner. No worries. Let's do 21 drop set, rest pause. Never seen this before. You can't walk for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Start dropping big words. Yeah. We're gonna do a triphasic phase after this.
That's so true. Because even the same with NEAT, where people may go to the gym and go, oh, I'm gonna burn this many calories, but they're actually only concentrating on the 1% of that day. Where if they looked at the whole volume of activity and steps and the amount they could burn throughout the whole day, I think like if you get 10,000 steps, that's it's like 2 or 3 times the calories you'll burn in one workout. And the same way with workouts, look at it over 6 months, the same as calories, the same as steps. That gets you out of that kind of that perfectionist mindset you were talking about as well.
100%. Like when you look at your like TDEE, when you look at your total daily energy expenditure, like people don't realize your NEAT is more than your exercise activity, you know? And like I tell people, they're like, oh, they don't know why they go to the gym. I'm like, you go to the gym to maintain muscle mass,
Mm-hmm.
to grow muscle
Yeah.
mass.
Yeah.
Everything else you don't need to do. If me, for example, if I want to get leaner, if I maintain the muscle that I have,
Yeah.
and when you're maintaining muscle, you don't have to progressively overload. You want to, if you want to grow muscle, you want to progressively overload. If you're maintaining muscle, the percentage and intensity that you need to do is doable at home if you've got some equipment.
Mm-hmm. And
Right.
like you're
And
saying,
people
that's probably three full body days a week. If you're hitting your full body, that's the minimum threshold. Even maybe less if you're a complete beginner.
100%. And this is why I don't people stress about it, especially with the whole, like when the quarantine happened, when the
Yeah.
isolation happened, people worrying about losing muscle. You won't. Just hit your protein
Yeah.
goal, eat well, do what you can with at home, and you'll maintain your muscle mass. Because people think they're going to lose their muscle in a fucking day.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
how long did it take you? How long did it take to build?
Yeah.
It's not, you're not going to lose it straight away, are
No,
you? Do you know
no,
what I mean?
it's barely not. And what are you telling people now to how to get their knee up being in quarantine? Give me some ways. Obviously, it's a good message now. People are out in rain jackets. They're still getting their steps in. What are you telling your
Yeah,
clients?
well, to be honest, in the UK, like you can come out now multiple times, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no excuse to not get your steps in, especially when we're coming into the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Another great way is having loads of sex with your partner.
Oh, yourself.
Or yourself.
Just use both hands. You
Do you
can
know how many
alternate.
times? Do you know how many times I've had someone DM me and go, Diren, if I've planned to have a wank, is that neat or exercising?
You come out with quarantine looking like your man out of South Park with the big arm.
Yeah. One
And but
forearm bigger than the other.
even like you were saying, because you get in the morning, you'll get up and you'll do the 10,000 steps. Then use the time. Obviously, if you're in London, you're taking the tube probably an hour and a half to work. Use that time to get your steps up instead of.
Mate, you know what's funny, right? People don't realize, people think walking is like really slow,
Mm-hmm.
but you can actually get to work quicker sometimes.
Yeah.
Because you actually do, when you're on the tube, you actually do a lot of steps getting down to the tube
Yeah.
and getting up. So sometimes I hate doing that. So therefore I'm like, nah, fuck this. I'm walking extra. I can't be bothered to go all the way down to the platform and then back up. I'm going to go ahead and just walk it instead. And then if I need, because the tube isn't cheap either, I said, if I really need to get there ASAP, I'll just get an Uber or something. I don't know. But like, there's always opportunities to get your steps up, like even steps up, your general activity up, like stop ordering food, start cooking. That's another easy way to just be more active. And
that's so good. I think I can't remember the thing, but yeah, people that make their food, I think they used to burn like 300-400 calories, like in the olden days where they had to prepare your mom's generation, etc. That's hard work preparing food. You're doing a lot of activity doing that.
Bro, it's mad because look at lean people, right? People that are lean. Look at their habits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Their habits, it's funny when you look at it, right? They usually have high carb intake. I don't know if you notice.
Yeah.
High carb intake. They cook all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really eat outside much. Their general activity is pretty high. And even when they eat fucking slower.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to wolf down good food, like we're saying. If you're eating quality whole foods for the majority, it's hard to wolf that down. I did an Uber Eats order there the last day because I was low on calories, whatever. I think we ordered four Magnums. I was 1,500 calories and gone in the blink of an eye. You tried to do that through eggs and meat and veggies. You'd be there the whole day.
Mate. You'd be there whole day. You'd be full. You wouldn't be able to finish it.
Yeah.
And again, that comes down to the volume of the food that you're eating as well, right? You know,
I think we're dropping too many bombs in this,
bro. This podcast better get a Grammy or something for this podcast, mate. You should call this fucking Fundamentals of Fat Loss with Diren and Shaw.
This should be a PT course.
Yeah.
Okay, we've gone through your philosophy, which is brilliant in regards to coaching people. Now, give us a little insight into Project X. I think we're on to Project X 2.0 now.
Yeah, that's right. So what I'm doing at the moment is basically getting people to sign up and coaching them exactly pretty much the way that I've been talking about, you know. Everyone's got platforms, everyone's got apps, everyone's got videos. But I did this with the JSA. I helped JSA out with the videos, making videos, how to do exercise, how to do this, how to do that, all that stuff, which is great. But guess what? You can watch as many fucking exercise videos as you want. But if no one's on your case to go and fucking do it, you're not going to do it.
Yeah.
So what I've created is a way of accountability to help people get shit done, making sure they do their check-ins on a day-to-day basis, and most importantly, knowing I'm in their fucking ear, you know, with the accountability. Because, you know, bro, no one gets results without any accountability.
Yeah.
And anything you need, like, bro, the internet has everything that we need. Like, if you want to learn something, if you fucking Google it, you will find it. And although there's like places that like have false information, but it's not that hard to filter them out. You know, it's just, you need to pick the right person that's going to motivate you, someone that you respect, someone that's going to give you the right accountability, and go forward ahead with it. Because even when you do the individualized programming and all of that shit, bro, it's push, pull, squat, hinge. Like, it's the same shit. It's just doing it in different variations and having the right person to push you to do that. And that is what I've done with Project X. And, you know, bro, I've been doing things for like years, and I've been in a PT for years. And finally, I feel like I've found a product that I truly believe in.
Yeah, you've refined it for a few years. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, bro. And I've failed. I did an app, bro. It fucking flopped. I did an app, it flopped, but I learned from it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I learned from it and I moved forward from it, you know? So, but yeah, that's what I'm doing with Project X, and I'm fucking loving it because I feel like I'm giving people more value for their money.
Yeah, because even it's crazy because a lot of the poor personal training, it actually feeds into you, because what they pay per session, they'll probably get per month for you. And they go in, that was your weekend, great. Yeah, do a few exercises, see you later. And you've paid all that money for that 45 minutes. You won't hear from them until next week.
Exactly. And you know what? People need to be more fucking, what's the word? More independent with their health.
Yeah.
And not rely on their personal trainer, you know, because your personal trainer, like, should be educating you, helping you move a certain way, be able to give you a program that you can take away and do it on your own. Eventually, after 12 weeks, you shouldn't really need that person other than topping up your programming. Maybe one session every 2-3 weeks or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because so your goal is to make them self-sufficient to be able to do it themselves. That's the goal, rather than having them pay you for years and years. You want to get them to the stage where they can do it themselves.
Yeah, bro. I don't want to, like, I want to get them in, help them move right, gain the confidence that they need to go into the gym and do it on their own.
Get results. Then, they tell
like,
a friend.
Exactly. And then I'm like, go away. Now go and do this program on your own and let me know how you go. You know, just kind of setting them up, bro. It's like having kids, but then sending them off, you know. But I love it, man. I do miss one-to-one PT though. Like, we used to have a lot of fun in George Street, and I do miss that.
But even now, with all this going on, I think it's actually kind of good for people, because they're seeing what's out there in regards service, what they can get for their money with fitness. They're probably paid the trainer. They haven't heard from the whole time. I know I get a lot of messages, people signing up the same way. And it will probably cut out a lot of the people who didn't want to be in the industry, or giving their clients, didn't care about their clients. And what's going to be left is people that care about their clients, give a good service. It's fast forward in a few years.
That's so true, because what it's doing is filtering out all the pricks.
Yeah, that's it.
It's filtering out all the people that are not in it for the right reasons.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, bro. Anytime, like, I know so many people that have gone to PT because I've said, yeah, I get paid £50 an hour when I first started. And they're like, oh, what? Where can I get a PT course? You can get, and they look into it. They're like, oh, I can be a qualified PT in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
That's all they're looking at. They're not in it for the right reasons. And I feel like those people are getting filtered out, which I actually
think is good, because even that's what the only problem working a commercial gym. It used to annoy you when someone who wants to lose weight and they sign up with a trainer, and you know that trainer doesn't give a bollocks about their results, just wants their money, and you're like, oh, curse them. Like, you feel bad for the client. It's not about them. They're ripping that client off.
100%. Exactly.
So yeah,
100%.
it,
And yeah, man, I'm not gonna lie, it's mad. Being in isolation has probably been the best thing for me because it's forced me to be more creative in ways to help people more. Because people now more than ever, they need some community, they need help with motivation, they need to be inspired because it's a weird time in it. 2020 is a bit of a
yeah, you're doing
fuckery.
some good, funny TikTok videos. That's keeping everyone going. So if you haven't followed them,
Bro.
go have a look. They're pretty funny. They're good. They're good.
Yeah,
But
I'm
they're
trying.
authentic. That's the thing. That's authentic.
Yeah, and I think I appreciate that, bro. Thank you. I just need that blue fucking tick now.
Don't worry about that. You're on my podcast. Don't worry about a blue tick. Okay,
I'm
we're gonna wrap it
verified.
up. When's Project 3.0? What's the goal? How do they sign up?
Uh, I will open doors in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah,
If people that are listening, you'll see all
yeah.
updates
Go
through
follow.
emails, my Instagram on Diren Kartal, and you'll get updates there for sure.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you very much, Coach Cartel. Appreciate it. What a bomb chat.
Thank you for having me on,
We
man.
will
It's good
see
to
you all
chat to
next
you.
week.